Starting the stream. Let's just see if the audio and all that good stuff is working. Starting the stream. All right, looks like we are good on that front. Hello everyone, welcome. It is finally time for another stream review. Last time we missed it last week, and that was mostly because there really wasn't much to go over last week. It was pretty quiet, but now that it's been 2 weeks ever since, we do have some stuff to go over. So I figured we'll start kind of slowly going over everything. And yeah, so of course I will explain the usuals. So I am Rodstream. I am one of the forum staff members who assigns planetarium rankings for charts that are submitted onto the Clastar forums. So a lot of the times there are 5 possible rankings I attach to every single chart. Censored, listed, rated, cosmic, and astral. Censored are for charts that have major issues that or things that don't really go along with classic gameplay that well. And I won't go into many of the details, as you can always read the terms and conditions I always put in the description. But I always give my reasoning for why I censor a chart whenever I showcase it off here. Listeds are usually for charts that have some major issues or are very minimal in terms of its VFX. Like sometimes you'll see charts that either have massive site readability issues or VFX issues, or you might see a very clean chart but it doesn't have any visuals to it at all. Rated are usually charts that pass the bare minimum threshold and have a decent amount of visuals or decent gameplay, or it might have some pretty good visuals, but it might have some gameplay issues here and there. And cosmics are usually really good quality charts that I can recommend to everybody, and they generally have pretty good gameplay with some good visuals with little to no issues. And astrals are the tippity top, the cream of the crop. These are must plays for a lot of people, and generally they don't have much issues. They don't really they have really phenomenal gameplay and really memorable VFX. And yeah, that should be really it for all that I have to really go over. So let me real quick pull up the form, because it's been a while since I've looked at it, since been kind of back reading a little bit. But also there's some charts that this is my first time I'm going to be seeing some of them, so that's going to be cool. I'm really excited to kind of get started on that, so let us get started on that front. So let me just show. Oh, hello Scarlet. Hello Ember, good to see you here. But yeah, let's just get started on our first one of the day. So, oh, right, because there are some new ones, I've actually not downloaded any of these maps just for myself just yet, but I will get onto it very quickly. So just wait a little moment while I do that. And of course, it is unfortunate, but yes, I am still a little bit sick, but don't worry, the stream will still happen. I'm still able to, do my best and, do all that stuff, so do not worry. But if you hear me coughing a little bit, it's literally just me just being a little bit sick, but it's not anything very severe, so don't worry. I'm not gonna collapse on stream. Don't worry about that. But yeah, let me just make sure I got this is the right one, right? I believe so. Yeah. I do think it is probably just a little bit of a cold or something. I don't know. I really don't know what I'm sick with at this point. I do sometimes just have a little bit of a chronic cough where I just have it for a month or two. So it should honestly go away after a little while, but I'm kind of just stuck with it for now. So, best thing I can really do is just make do with what I got. So yeah. Anyway, let us get started. Now, as usual, when it comes to a lot of these charts. We do have a lot of charts submitted onto our forums, but a lot of those are mostly just backlogs to kind of fill out more of the forums. So some of these charts that you see might get rated on the forums if you're on the Discord server might not be showcased here, and that's mostly just because it's a lot of backlog stuff. And a lot of the times I usually like either focusing on charts that I think have cosmic worthy or have the potential to be cosmic by judging by other raters, and also for submissions that are sent by just independent creators that aren't part of the backlog at all. So that way I can also give them feedback on that too. So let's get started. Interestingly enough, we have another Project Simplify. I'm kind of surprised because honestly, I thought the whole project was on a hiatus, but it looks like they're still making charts. So we'll see what this one has in store for us. Still gonna go on no fail because I think this might be a little crazy. Not gonna lie, might actually be a bit too difficult, but who knows? Seems like we might be on to a pretty fast start though. Okay, not gonna lie, I kind of choked that. Oh man, I really messed that up. All right. That was actually pretty visually impressive throughout that whole chart. But I do think that it kind of reminds me of Pure Black a little bit, because I do think some of the sections are charted a little bit weirdly, but let me see if I can find them. Right, like kind of like some of this stuff looks a little bit odd to me. I felt like this probably could have honestly been charted a lot more cleaner, if anything. It is. I do like the visuals. The visuals are really cool. I like them a lot, but there's just some like a little like weird quirks here and there that are kind of like a little bit iffy to me, I think. Actually, these are interesting because these are some pause tiles right here, and they do actually have different tile indication, which is really appreciated. As you can kind of tell that they're pauses because they also have like a different tile style from everything else. I guess this one is also kind of the same as this, which I guess is kind of a little bit weird. I felt like maybe this tile could just be a regular tile, but there's just some indication there, so that's pretty fine. There's like kind of some weird stuff like this. I mean, obviously, that's fine, but it probably would be better if that was a gem tile instead, if anything, but I feel like these are kind of just more nitpicks if anything else. Let me see. It's just a lot of little strange quirks here and there that definitely make me want to give this rated, if anything. But like, I could totally see some people giving this cosmic, and I can tell because I can tell that people are, probably would give this cosmic because of like the visuals, because they're really impressive, and some of these gameplay issues might not be as important to many, but I do think that for me personally, I am kind of feeling giving this more rated currently, but who knows? I honestly might change my mind on it, but that's kind of how I'm feeling right now. But yeah, uh, but who knows? Who knows? I might take a gander at this later because sometimes I do change my opinions on some of this stuff, but that's just like for me, just giving an initial play test. All right, let me see what it's saying. Oh, hey, VFX is nice, but charting is a bit, yeah. Broadcasted project simplified pause non-indication. Those particles in that slow part also cause a ton of lag on lower end devices. Yeah, that's something that I also got to consider too. I remember when I used to have not a good PC at all. I used to lag on like a lot of a lot of Adofai levels, and but like since I got like an upgrade, like I don't really have to worry about that anymore. But it is definitely a concern because I mean like I think Adofai got pretty much optimized, so now you can play a lot of more of these visually intense levels. But like there should definitely be some consideration there. Um, and perhaps because I know that one of the notorious issues is that sometimes they use assets with really large like pixel sizes, so they're like obscenely large and it like lags out the game. If which I don't know if this level actually has that issue. I guess I could actually check the level file itself. But yeah, I mean I'll probably look more into that later because that's like getting very technical. So yeah, but I'll just lock in my rating as rated for now. All right. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, this is our next one. Okay. Play this one because this one might have the potential to be a cosmic one. This is a part of the backlog, but one of our raiders did actually give this cosmic, so I figured it might as well be at least a little worthwhile to at least go over it. So yeah. With that being said, let me have that one pop up, and we'll get started on that one. All right. FR1-1. I actually didn't know perfect this one, but I might as well just put on no fail just in case I choke. This is a really neat chart, though. I do remember it, and for what it sets out to do, I think it does a good job. here's the interesting part about this chart right here. This gimmick right here. Remember the wide tiles. So it's really cool. I like this section a lot. Basically, this section like repeats a lot of times, and this like rhythm keeps on repeating over and over. And those white tiles are eventually gonna break, like right now, like that. And that's cool. I like it a lot. It's really cool, honestly, especially because like you can kind of see like they actually like made like a little effect to actually make the tiles actually break too, which is really nice. I like it. It's a really good effect, but and it's really like simple to play, you know. Nice little, neat little gimmick to kind of spice things up. But I'll kind of give my thoughts a lot more later on. But yeah. Which, yeah, I will say, like, the gimmick section is really cool. I like how they did it, because it's really nice and, like, just really clean. But my main thing about this is that, like, it's not the most, like, craziest thing around. Like, outside of that section, like, this is really creative. I like this section a lot, because, like, honestly, if the chart kind of had sections like these throughout the whole chart, it would honestly probably be Cosmic in my opinion, because this section's really cool, just gameplay-wise. Like, it's very well implemented and it's very clean. But if you compare like the rest of the chart, it's really kind of, it's very simple. Like, let me show this part off right here. Like, really simple. You know, there's a filter and some stuff kind of going on, but there's not really much going on in this background right here, as you can kind of tell. You know, I will say the gameplay is just really clean too. Like, I have no complaints about the gameplay, but it is just very, very visually simple in like this beginning section right here. So I don't think it's really Cosmic worthy in my opinion. I feel like there should be a little bit more going on, but like this is still a good chart. I think most people, if they play this chart, they're gonna have a good time with it. So yeah, but I do think it is just oh shoot, I did not mean to put that there. I accidentally changed my rating there. All right, but yeah, it's just like that. Like, it's still a good chart though. I really like it. Like, I'd still probably recommend this to people, but it is just rated just because there's not much going on. And that really should be my thoughts on that one. All right, next one up. Well, actually, we do have another one that some may consider on the tips of Cosmic worthy, which I think will at least be interesting to kind of go over, but I'll kind of give my thoughts on this one personally myself when when I play through the whole thing. But I do remember this chart though. This one's really nice. I like this one too. But I'll give it a quick little play test. Gotta watch out for those back-to-back triangles, though. Like, I do like it, because there's definitely a lot more going on with the visuals during some sections, which I do appreciate a lot. But there's like one quirk. I'm not sure if y'all noticed that or not, but I'll elaborate on it when I finish the chart, obviously, and give my overview. But yeah. There you go. So I guess I'll kind of go over there. So, like I said, there's like some weird stuff kind of going on here. uh, I guess there might be on-beat rotation, but I don't know if the song is causing that or not. Like, it's still clean. Like, you can still kind of tell what's going on here, but there's definitely some weird stuff kind of going on here, especially with the speed change here. Like, this is a little funky. I don't know. Maybe there could be a better way to chart this, but I feel like there's some strange stuff going on here. But like, yeah. And these are like, I don't know. Some of these speed changes are like really funky. Like, I don't know what's kind of going on here. I really, it's I don't know. It's kind of why I gave it rated, because overall you can kind of tell that the chart is still like pretty clean and still easily readable, but like there's some funky stuff kind of going on here. So that's why I really wanted to give it rated. But like, yeah, there's a lot more visuals in this one though compared to the last one though, which is why I'm like fine with just giving it rated, because I mean, it's definitely a pretty solid chart, but there's some little funky things going on here and there. But I just don't think it's like that high. I think it honestly, like, I don't think the visuals are that crazy in order for it to give it cosmic, but it's like there's some let me read what y'all are saying. Yeah, like I said, I think there's just some pause. Yeah, because I think when this chart was created, there was no pause tile, so they had to do stuff like this. But you know, we still gotta, even if it is a little unfair, I'll admit it is unfair, but we still gotta, you know, rank it by the current standards now instead of the standards of back then. So yeah, but but yeah. But I do like the charting though. The charting is really nice. I like it a lot. But that's probably just that's what I'll give it to. So yeah. Oh. Hello there. Good to see you. Hopefully you'll enjoy the stream. Alright, so here's the next one. Of course, unfortunately, I cannot pronounce the name of this song, but this is another contender that some of our staff have considered maybe potentially worthy of Cosmic. And of course, I will be, you know, giving my own personal comments on it, of course. I will say, though, if there's something when I instantly played this chart like a while ago, something I already loved is the tile style. Like, this tile style looks really nice, and I love it a lot. And also, this is a chart that was also made when there was no pause tiles as well, too. So, as you can kind of tell, that spacing wasn't an indication for a pause tile. It was actually the tile that jumped forwards. So, it's something I kept in mind of, as, you know, there's little quirks here and there with spacing nowadays. Because, spacing actually didn't really mean much back then, besides the tile just jumping towards that set of tiles. But now they could mean pause tiles, so it can be a little bit confusing. But I seriously do think that the theming is, like, really good. Like, I like it a lot. And just a little camera here and there. But, oh yeah, also, I like the gameplay, too. It's really, like, pretty standard by the books. But, you know, gets the job done. And that's what I appreciate about it. Also, I do appreciate, like, stuff like this, like these speed indicators. Like, these are really useful for sight rating. And it's not that intrusive. There you go. Also, I do find this comment at the bottom right here, special thanks, thanks. I think thanks is like actually a name of somebody in the Adofai community, but this just looks really funny out of context. Anyway, to give you the quick rundown on my thoughts on this chart. It is rated, but I could see someone giving this Cosmic because I like the theming. The theming is really good. The reason why I give it rated for me myself personally is just because I feel like there should be a little bit more going on. You know, it is basically kind of just like a white background with the with like the vocals kind of appearing onto the background, which is really well done. I do like how the vocals, they're not like really, they come in pretty dynamically and they flow around and they move around and stuff. I'm sure if I understood the lyrics of the song, it would actually probably make the experience better. I think the lyrics might be representing what the words or what the song means or anything like that. I don't know, but really good gameplay. I like it a lot. I don't really have much complaints about that, but I do think a little bit more should be going on a little bit, just to be honest. And yeah, that's really it. Like, because otherwise, I don't really have an issue with this chart. Yeah, Adofai history lesson. What? Was I really saying that much? I think I don't even know if thanks is even given this like the thing is like I've never actually seen where thanks actually like is, but it's really funny. But yeah, the whole Adofai history lesson thing, that's really funny if you were you to say that. I don't think I was yapping that much, was I? But yeah. Again, this is still a good chart, by the way. Like, I still like it. I think it's still a decent chart that I would recommend to others, but it is definitely on the more simpler side. Anyway, here we go. Be My Way. Another chart, again, that's been on the possibility, could get Cosmic, and I figured, again, we'll give it the usual vibe test and, give it the good old play test. As you can kind of tell, though, this is the part of the Yule backlog that we've been slowly going through, so this is why we've been going through a lot of the same charts, a lot of the charts from the same creators, because we're going through a backlog, and some of these have been considered for the potential of getting Cosmic, so yeah. So, let's just enjoy the ride. I will say, I do like this one, gameplay-wise. It's very clean. It has a lot of nice little variety in the patterns and rhythms. It doesn't really feel that repetitive, which I really like about it. Although there's some little fun facts about this chart that make me not want to give it, not give it Cosmic, I'll say that much, but I'll go into that more a bit more later. But yeah, very clean. I like it a lot. You know, really honestly, like, no issues at all with the gameplay. I think it's well made. But there's some little fun facts here and there that I gotta mention about this chart. So, first off, this level is pretty unoptimized. Let me tell you this right now. So let me find these city assets. So these are really large, as you can. Oh shoot, I did not mean to move it, but it's not. I'm not actually gonna save it. But as you can kind of tell, these assets are really large, and like they're so large to a point where like they make this level 100 megabytes. I am not joking with you. If you go in the workshop and you look at this level right now, it is 100 megabytes, I think. Let me check though. Actually, let me get you the exact number. But it is very unoptimized. And that's an issue. Actually, no, it's not 100 meg. I don't know why I thought it was 100 megabytes. It's actually 50 megabytes, but it's really, really big. A little bit too big. So a little bit unoptimized, but that's kind of why I lowered my planetarium grading a little bit because the asset itself is actually so big. I think some players with lower end computers are actually unable to run the level because of this. So it's very weird. I don't know why it's like that, but you know what? It is what it is. I'm not going to question it that much. Otherwise, like the level is just pretty chill. Like I don't think it's cosmic worthy just because I don't think there's a lot going on in it. Like I do like the theming. The theming is pretty good, but I do think there should be a little bit more kind of going on with it. So yeah. So I am just going to give this rated for now. But also, another reason why I'm giving this rated too is because of the that unoptimized asset, because that is crazy. Like I said, because I remember some people actually being unable to play the level because of that large asset. So I had to ask, or actually no, I had to like go in there manually and actually like lower the. I think I had to just remove that city asset entirely in order to make the level like not super laggy. And then also afterwards, people were able to play it after I got rid of that city asset. So it's really funny. But yeah. Anyway, let's move on to our next level, which is this is also considered a cosmic worthy, but I do think that I have to really, really disagree on this one because there's some major issues that I have with this one. Actually, let me read the chat real quick. Yeah. Feeling treat. Yeah, true. Yeah. Ember, that is true. Honestly, that's kind of a lot of Yule's charts. He does actually like make a lot of them, and yeah, a lot of them are actually like really cleanly charted. It's just that the VFX is just pretty simple a lot of the time. Although I do think that this one suffers from a pretty big issue, and it is well, we already see it right there. It's these pause tiles. Now these ones are indicated well enough. I don't have an issue with these ones because these ones are indicated, but some of the pause tiles later on are a little bit out there. So yeah. Also, I do think that some of these speed indications could use a lot more work because this section's BPM is different from that previous section's BPM, and that might be a bit confusing for some players to play. But I kind of go into the nitty-gritty once I'm done with this one. But again, I really do like a lot of this patternization that's kind of going on here. It's really clean. I like it a lot. But here is the major issue that's popping up with this chart right here. This pause tile. As you notice, there is no countdown ticks, and I don't know why there's not any countdown ticks on that one pause tile, because it's a pretty long one, and that's a pretty major issue. Which is really unfortunate, because this chart outside of ease like little complaints that I have is really solid. I like it a lot. Especially because I do think that this chart by Jewel in particular is very clean, and it's also a lot more visually intense than some of the other ones. Now, would it be cosmic if all these issues were fixed? Honestly, personally, I don't know, but it would be an interesting what if to ask myself, anyway. I do appreciate this 150 DPM change right there, though. But, yeah. Just some pretty major issues I'm seeing here. And that's why this chart gets a listed for me, personally. These pause tiles are fine, because they're like one beat, and, you know, I think it's intuitive, especially because there's indication of that. Here, though, I kind of wish that they kind of just tell you this is 175 BPM, like right here, because it is a bit hard to tell with speed change animations. As you can kind of tell, this beginning section is like 145, and then it starts like slowly de-accelerating, right? And then it goes to this BPM. But then, you know, this pause tile right here, I don't understand why there isn't countdown ticks. Like, let me add the countdown ticks myself. Literally just put that right there, and then bam, like that's fixed. Like, look at that. I don't understand why there's no countdown ticks. It's as easy as that. I did not even, like, I just put it a number right there. I don't know why there's no pause. There's, like, no countdown ticks for that at all. And that's very confusing because this is a really long pause tile, and you might want some countdown ticks for this. Which is really unfortunate because, like, this chart looks really nice. And the visuals are, like, pretty above average for what you will usually present in a lot of his charts. So it's really unfortunate. I have to give this listed just for those two issues that I pointed out. I don't know if it's censorship worthy because there are pause tiles like this in certain charts that have like cosmic even. So like, I don't think it's censorship worthy, but I do think it should not be like rated at all. It should be listed. But yeah, that really honestly should all be my thoughts on this chart anyway, so yeah. Let's see, do we have anything else here? Ooh, okay, well, hey, we're almost there, everyone. Actually, oh, never mind, wait, hold up. There's actually a lot more charts that I figured. Oh my god, there's a lot more charts that have been considered potentially for... I only thought I had like 3 more charts, but no, there's actually like... there's actually like 3... There's like 3 more of them actually from this backlog. I gotta go through these. I think... Wait, hold up. Now that I think about it, I think I already have some of these levels like downloaded in my files. I just gotta go find it again. Yeah, there you go. Alright, well, let's just open that then. Yeah, discard my changes because I'm not doing anything. I believe it's this one, right? Hopefully, right? I think this is the right chart. Yep, okay, cool. Let's get started. Yeah. Anyway, here we go. Howling Gate, composed by Rhea. This is another neat little song. I will say though, I do appreciate the Rhea representation. This is like probably like one of the artists I kind of like listening to occasionally. Also, some of these pause styles are very funky. You can kind of tell. There's no way to tell that's a pause style, but there are countdowns. So I mean, I guess I can appreciate that. Probably could use some more indication. I will be honest though, but hey, it's still pretty nice. Oh yeah, in case anyone new is still watching, you can also submit your own charts for me to review live, actually, if you would like to, because, you know, as long as you just submit it through our forums, I will actually check it out eventually. Oh gosh. Yeah, those pastels were a little bit rough. I gotta check that section over once more, actually, now that I think about it. There you go. Again, like most yield charts, the chart is really nice. Pretty, clean. Actually, there is one issue I have with this section. This section was a lot more worse than I thought it was when I first play tested. Let me check what's going on here, actually. Because hold up. Is this a 1B pastel? Okay, this is really funky, if anything. Honestly, I think if they just added like an extra countdown tick, this would feel a lot more better to play. Like that. Okay. It works, but... Again, this chart kind of suffers from Eden, although to a lesser extent with these pastiles. They do have countdowns, so this is fine. Like, it's not as bad. Like, I don't think I'd personally bring it down to, like, listed, if anything, but, like, I still don't think it's the best thing around. Like, honestly, I can see someone giving this listed because of these pastiles. But, like, they do have countdown ticks. And, like, besides this one little funky pastile, which I will admit I probably wasn't focusing entirely. If I was focusing on the chart, I probably would have cleared this and not get on a miss there. But, like, it's still a pretty notable critique. And I don't think that this is cosmic at all. And I honestly see someone giving this listed for these pastiles. But overall, though, I still like the visuals. Like, I think that's still pretty nice. But it's some funky quirks going on with pastiles here. It's very, very weird. But I'm still just gonna go with rated for now because at the very least there is some good indication and you can kind of tell what's going on. So like I appreciate it that much and a lot of good stuff. So yeah. But yeah, all right, cool. So there's rated right there. Yeah, all right. Let's go over this one right here. Oh, right. Yeah, this one's gonna be a bit weird because for some reason, I just can't play the music file of this one, and I don't know if I'm able to do it. I mean, I'll try it again. Maybe it was just a little funky something. I'm not sure. Hold up. I'll try and see if I can get this music file to work. Maybe. Like I don't know. It just doesn't work whenever I tried to like play it earlier today. So I had to like you watch the showcase video, but like it still just doesn't work for some reason. So let me see if I can get it to work. If not, then I do have to unfortunately skip this one. But if I can get the song to work, then that'd be nice. Let me see if I can. Let's see, can I get the song to work? Oh, okay, I got it to work. All right, cool. We can actually play this chart. Anyway, let's get started. I'm glad I was able to fix it. Nice. I will say, compared to most Jewel charts, this one's actually a little bit more on the challenging side. Which I do appreciate. Plus, I need to get my fingers moving anyway. 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I almost choked that. Alright. Yeah, definitely be on the quick on the draw for these squares. But you got enough time to react to them, so it's all good. I think you got like 2 beats, so you got more than enough time. Ooh. Yeah, not gonna lie, that was just me misreading the chart. I don't even. Oh god. Okay, maybe that actually. And maybe that might have been actually. I guess that was readable, but it did. Those tile did kind of blend to the background a little bit. Now that I think about it, I gotta check that section again. Maybe I was just being blind. Bam. But all right, let me check this section over. Actually, is this like is the color of this tile like really? Nah, honestly, hold up. I think honestly that was just a skill issue on my part. Actually, now that I think about it, I don't think it blended it into the background that much, right? Yeah, nah. That was just me having a skill issue right there. That was not even the chart's fault. But yeah. Overall though, like I honestly don't really have that many issues. I honestly thought I was gonna have an issue with this chart, but nah. Like those tiles are perfectly fine. I thought it did blend in a little bit too much, but yeah. Let me epic minimal moment. Okay, we'll just and I swear this white tiles weren't there. Yeah, I felt the same way too, Yappy. But like I think it was just me being blind. But yeah. I will say, yeah, minimal tiles can cause some weird little confusion like this. I kind of know. I noticed that because I kind of thought the pattern was kind of going like downwards, but it makes a lot more sense that it's going like this. But it's it's a little bit weird. I don't know. It's still probably just rated. It is just rated anyway. Like there's not even an issue with this chart. It's just I was just a little blind. But yeah. This chart is like fine. Like I said, it kind of follows the same trend of like just decent gameplay, but there's not really much going on, or at least not enough going on in visual department to give this cosmic. So yeah. Anyway, we are on the last chart for this backlog for this creator, and then we shall be on to submissions that have been submitted by independent creators. So that's gonna be fun. So let's do that. Yeah, that should be it, right? Okay. So let's get started on this one. So I'm not a no-fail, but I should be still good. This chart's not that crazy. All right, there you go. I will say we are going to encounter something pretty unique that I'm going to talk about a little bit. It should be coming up any moment now. As this did happen when I was doing my first blind sight read on this chart. And it's this upcoming speed change. At first, I thought that was a half speed, but no, it's, well, it changes the BPM a little bit. I'm not sure how much by, but I did kind of wish for more indication of that BPM. What I do appreciate is this next part right here. I like this indicator, what the BPM is at right now. This is really good. Very good indication of that. So I can appreciate that for it. There you go. So again, there's like this weird like little pause tile here. I think obviously this could be indicated better, but at least there's that countdown tick there, so it's not the worst thing around. But my major issue is this speed change right here. I think it's 135 BPM. So you go from 175 to 135, and because this BPM change is very irregular, there should at least be some kind of indication, or just like a flat number that just tells you like BPM is going to be 135. But like again, even without those issues, I think this chart would honestly still just be like, I think the speed change probably could have been like freaking just indicated with the solid BPM number. And then also this pause tile indication could also be better, but it's just like, I don't know. Like these are some issues that I have with it, but otherwise the chart is fine relatively. But like even if these were fixed, I think this chart would still be rated regardless. So I'll kind of just leave it at that. Let me see what y'all are saying though. That is not half speed. Yeah, that is true, Yappy. I think the speed change was like 0.75%. I actually don't know. I'll be honest, I don't really want to do like the math in my head, if anything, but like, there's some really funky stuff going on here. Yeah, I read what you said, Ember. Yeah, I definitely agree with what you're saying. Like, yeah, it is the song, but the indication could definitely be a lot more better for stuff like that. So, yeah. Yeah, that should be it for the Yule backlog. So now we're going on to some of the charts that have been submitted independently to our forums. So we will get right into that. There is one chart I believe I already went over already, but there is another one that I have not seen yet. So that's gonna be cool. I like that. But we're gonna give it a quick little spin. So that's gonna be fun. So while I am getting that chart, I guess I'll just ask you to please wait warmly. Okay, I got that one, and then we got this next one. So let me get this one as well, and we should be ready to go for the last two charts of the day. Unless one of you in the audience would like to submit a chart into our forums, in which case, well, the stream's not going to end just so quickly then, if that's the case, huh? Anyway, let me just slowly but surely get this. Oh god. Okay, this shirt. Why is it? Okay, this is kind of weird because for some reason the chart, like for some reason like Steam is like, I don't know, maybe my internet's just acting up a little bit right now because I'm trying to like access the chart, but it's like being a little bit weird right now. Well, I guess, hold up. I guess what I can do instead is that since this is from like the same creator, I could just use the other chart and then it should hopefully bring me to the other one, hopefully. If I just like look at their library on Steam. Okay, made by Henry, and then I just believe it's this one, correct? Okay, I got it. All right, nice. Oh, cool. All right, now we should be ready to get going. So let's just get started on these two. All right. So, I actually can't. I have to like copy and paste the title because, well, let's just say I don't have these characters on my keyboard. So, yeah. Anyway, I do remember seeing a little bit of this chart, and there's definitely some things I gotta talk about, and I think it's gonna be some unique issues I gotta talk about here. And I think it would be a very instructional experience for those who are watching and who need a little bit more feedback on their charts. So, yeah. Oh man, those pause tiles. Oh my god. I do appreciate the countdown ticks, but like, as you can kind of tell, the indication's a little bit inconsistent with these, because like, I think they have the same spacing, but some of the pause tiles are a little bit shorter, like, or longer like that. So this could be implemented way better, in my opinion. But there's some other things I gotta talk about as well too. Like, as you can kind of, like, this is very like, I don't know why, but it's like all of a sudden there's like auto tiles, and I don't know why it's done like this, as it's not really explained, and it feels very unintuitive to play when you see it at first. Like, I could kind of understand what they were going for, but like, there's not really any indication of what's going on here, which is... It was very confusing for me to play the first time around. As you can kind of tell when I was playing, I got like a couple of like too earlies. So, like, it's very weird. And it's just very inconsistent for no reason, as I could kind of tell. I mean, as you can kind of tell, now that I've gotten used to it, but it's like, it still feels pretty weird to play. Yeah. Ooh. Okay. Oh, that's interesting, actually. Okay. Seems like there was a fix, actually. At least regarding the showcase video, because there was actually... That triangle used to be an unindicated back-to-back triangle, but they actually fixed that. That's cool to see. That was actually another thing I was going to bring up, but they actually did fix that. Unless that was a different triangle. Who knows, though? Let me actually analyze a little bit more further. Because maybe there's a different back-to-back triangle I'm thinking of that wasn't indicated. Actually, no. Okay, yeah, they did actually fix that. But, yeah. But yeah, to get my overall thoughts on the chart, definitely very simple, as you can kind of tell. It's just a background with like a filter, and nothing really changes with the background or any visuals at all. Um, I did kind of just want to give this censorship just because of like the pause tiles, because it's just so inconsistent for honestly no good reason, and there's no indication for it too. I do appreciate that the creator did fix up this back-to-back triangle right here. This was good. I like this. Very good fix. I appreciate the creator did that, but I still think that the pause tiles are very problematic, and a lot of stuff could be indicated better. So I do personally feel that this should be a censor. But let me see what y'all think. Scarlet Ember, Sensor Hammer, Unexplained Gimmick. I'm not even sure if it's supposed to be a gimmick or just a different way to express pause tiles. Like I said, I don't know what the creator was trying to do with this. It's a little bit confusing to me, but like, I probably honestly would just be fine with it if it just had a tutorial, if anything. If I had the tutorial, this would probably be fine, but otherwise it's just very weird. But I will actually include update back to back pattern was fixed. But pause tiles are still inconsistent. There you go. Just a good note to let everyone know. All right, cool. So that should really be it. But I do think that was a good level to actually go over, because it is a very interesting thing to keep note of if you're doing more unique mechanics like this. Because unique mechanics like this honestly wouldn't really be a big issue. It really isn't. Like, it's not the worst thing around. You just got to explain it. If you just include a tutorial, or maybe just clarify that some of these tiles are auto tiles, like through like some VFX or through some decorations, then like stuff like this is fine. You just got to explain it a little bit. And you know, I'm not really a picky guy when it comes to this, as long as you know you make it pretty clear and concise. Then like stuff like this can definitely get through into our forums. But yeah, I do think that that's really all I have to go over. But I do think it was a very instructional moment for those who would like to include more gimmicky sections into their charts. And here we have it, the last chart of the day, assuming if nobody else submits anything. So let's get right into it. So here you go. And yeah, let's just get started. We gotta end off with a nice little classic Plum song, you know? I feel like I've heard like so much of this artist's songs just because of how many. It's like a lot of charts. They also make a decent amount of songs too. They have a lot of songs too. I mean, Again, I kind of wish that these pause tiles had countdown ticks, but um, the good thing is that they're at least consistent. It's not like a different duration. It's the same duration all the time, but like I feel like it's like one of those issues where it's like I feel like if you just added countdowns to like all of these, like let's say if I had like 3 countdown ticks, I think this would feel a lot more better to play, but we'll see. Like that. Um very confusing to me why sometimes these countdown ticks are not on these pause tiles. Like cuz I do want to give it. Oh, well, let me actually talk about some of the other parts of the chart. It is pretty visually like simple, maybe a bit too simple for some people. I'll admit, but I don't know. There's some like little neat ideas. I mean, there's some track animation stuff going on here. I do think that this is an interesting concept because they do put twirls to like sync up with the song with certain notes. It's an interesting idea. I like it. And it's like very much clearly designed to be like that. These twirls aren't placed randomly. They are synced up, and you can kind of tell that that the creator wanted to emphasize these tiles through these track movements, which is, I like it. Like, you know, there's some creativity going on. I do like it. There's a little bit of creativity going on here. But like, my major issue with this are these pause tiles. It's just like, oh. You could fix this very easily by just adding like some countdown ticks, and you would not have to worry about this at all. That's just really unfortunate. Now the question is whether or not that is censorship worthy. I'm not sure, but I do think for sure that this is like listed. I just don't know if I should censor it or not because it's like the pause tile are like consistent throughout the whole thing, and it's like after you get used to it, it is readable, but like. I don't like the trial and error of it, which is why I want to censor it. But let me give myself like a couple of seconds to think about it. But let me just read what y'all have to say about the chart, if y'all have anything to say about it. But in any case, because I really wasn't. Let me see if there's like anything funky happening on these speed changes at all. Oh! Oh my god! Why? Okay, I did not notice this. Wait. Oh, how did I miss that? I don't know how I missed that. Okay, does this happen multiple times throughout this? I'm probably just gonna censor the chart. Wait! Why? Why are these twirls here? You could just do this. Wait. Why? You could have put like anywhere for these twirls. Like I don't know why I didn't notice these twirls on here, but okay. Wow. Yeah, I'm censoring this. Oh. I don't know how I missed it, but I did miss that. Okay, yeah, I gotta censor that because of that. Okay. Unhued pause tiles and twirls on speed changes. Okay. Oh, I don't know why I missed that. That's so funny that I missed that because like I think it's just because I'm so used to like these twirl ladders being like this all the time that like I always assume it's like if I see this, like I already kind of mentally lock it in and I don't realize that there's like speed changes on these speed changes. As you can kind of tell, I was able to sight read it. But like, there's no reason for that to exist at all. But we'll see. That's really funny that there's so many of these speed changes on these tiles. I don't know why they exist. Oh, there's also these speed changes need indication as well too. Man, how did I miss so much stuff about this? I must have been like just mindlessly playing this. I'm gonna be honest. All right, I'm gonna include that into the list too. Changes could use some more work. All right, there you go. All right. Let me see what y'all are reading about. Quick, someone make a 1 hour chart and submit it. That would be kind of crazy if someone did that. Hidden twirls, uncued pauses, truly. Yeah, truly informational. Oh my God, bro, Lord have mercy me when I have to hide twirls because I'm bored. Not gonna lie, I missed that one too. The red twirl technically shows you that there's a hidden twirl, but like, come on. Yeah. There's a lot of issues here, but I do think still pretty instructional because I'm still given the age old advice because these are some charting mistakes that I do tend to see in more newer folks who try out charting for the first time. Sometimes they have little like quirks like having twirls on the on speed changes, and then also speed changes not being properly indicated like this because they're a bit more irregular. Um, so hopefully that was instructional, as I think this chart actually does go over a lot of the typical mistakes that I do find newer charters making. So hopefully I did a good explanation of explaining why these can be not the best charting practices, that they can sometimes make sight reading difficult, and it makes the chart feel very rough around the edges, and it might not be fun to play because you might have a hard time sight reading it. So yeah, that should really be it for uh that should be it for the review. So yeah, unless there's another chart that someone submitted. But yeah. Question: why is this speed stuff censor worthy, but not stuff like 7x aside from hidden twirls? You know, uh, I guess I can explain it. Sometimes, speed changes like this, when they're not like the usual like half or double speed, um, they aren't actually censorship worthy. Maybe I should have clarified that a little bit more. A lot of the times, the speed changes, in my opinion, could always be indicated a bit more better. So, um, like for example, this one, the I think we went over a chart earlier called I think how you pronounce the name is Externaxia. Um, that chart did have like an irregular speed change where the speed of the chart went from 175 BPM down to 135 BPM, but the chart was still rated. It didn't get censored. Um, Speed changes like that um, are usually fine in a vacuum. Like if that's like the only issue with the chart, uh, what will happen is that it won't get censored, but it will bring out down the planetarium grading. Like for example, if that chart had really good visuals and it was like basically cosmic worthy, but then it had that speed change there, it would probably bring it down to rated for some planetarium rankers. That's fine. I understand that. I mean, you can't be here for the whole stream all the time, so I understand if some things, if you miss some things. I believe you said that you weren't, you had to go for a while, but hopefully that explains your question. Speed changes like that aren't really censorship worthy, but they can bring down the planetarium grading. And if the speed changes like seriously need some indication, then it might be censorship worthy. But it's kind of like a case by case basis, and we always talk to each other about like what is goes through or not, and what happens. So yeah. All right, coolio. Glad I could answer your question. So um yeah, I guess I'll just wait for a little while. We'll see. If anyone else does submit anything, that would be kind of fun. But if we don't get anything, then that's okay. We will just end off the stream. So yeah. All right, wait. Let me submit a so let me submit a bare bones chart then. All right, sure, Yappy. We'll see what's up. All right, that's cool to hear. One day I will submit something. Just wait for the day. Wait, the submissions don't have to be like finished. Yeah, that is true actually. You can just submit a chart that has like no VFX. It's just like the chart itself only, and like you can just
Ooh,
play. Oh, wow,
I,
you joined at a really like the stream is like almost over. I think we might get like
oh,
one more chart.
I've been busy.
No, it's a good. You're good. You're good. It's just he kind of joined when we're like almost
I'm
done
just a
with
little
this.
guy. Come on.
Damn.
Like,
I'm sorry. I
huh.
got a little bit distracted. To answer your question though, your submissions don't have to be finished. Like you could just submit a chart and like it can just be up on our forums. We do have some charts on our forums that have like no VFX at all, and it's just like a chart. But what you should expect is that the chart is just listed. Like if you have like no VFX at all on your chart, it is just gonna get listed, but it will still like appear on our forums. So yeah. But if you would like to like submit like a VFX version of the chart, then what will happen is that all of us will all of the planetarium rankers, we're gonna reevaluate that chart again. We're gonna take a look at it again to see like what additions you made, like what VFX you added and stuff like that, and then we'll give you like the new planetarium ranking from there. So yeah, and
The
if you're wondering, how,
looker.
and if you're wondering how you do that, you just resubmit the level again, but you just
The
include the
resubmitter.
you resubmit the level through like either the new file or the workshop. Yeah. This also happens if this also happens like for example if we censor a chart for like various issues such as like like unindicated pause tiles, like twirls on speed changes, or even more unique cases like AI images. You can always fix up the chart and then resubmit it, and then we'll take a look at it again. So, like for example, if you like fix up the pause tiles for the indications, if you remove the twirls on the speed changes, or you remove the AI images and replace it with something else that
You
isn't
used
AI,
AI images, we will come to your house.
I well, we're not. Well, I wouldn't do that personally, but who knows? He might. I really don't know what he's gonna do to you. I can't save you if he does come after you. I'm just saying. So just don't use AI, otherwise he'll come after you. And like, it's kind of out of my hands. I can't really control him. I can't tell him not to go after you. So it is what it is. Anyway, all right, cool. That's good. Good. I'm glad that I could answer your question. But yeah, let me see. Did Yappy actually submit his chart? Let me see. I actually don't know if he submitted it or not because we are just waiting on that one submission. Yeah. To be fair though, I'm not really confident in my ability to detect AI images, so a lot of the times I do just kind of rely on others. But there are some times when it is a little bit obvious to me. I do remember one time I was looking at a chart and I saw like some like humanoid characters, and what happened is that while I was looking at these humanoid characters, I noticed that there was six fingers on some of the like poses for the character, and I was like, "Wait, there's no way." It is really funny. Uh, because some AI is like really obvious to me, but I do think, for me personally, I don't trust myself enough to actually detect the images on myself, so I don't really make those calls. But I usually just leave it up to others. Mm-hmm. I don't know what to really honestly do. I'm just kind of. Mm. Just kind of just randomly scrolling through, I guess. Oh, there's some really funny charts I have in here now that I think about it. Dang, it's been so long since I played some of these. Like, oh yeah. Oh, dude, I remember this chart. Oh my god. Oh man. I think I did give it a good amount of time. So yeah, it took me like a good 30 to actually beat this one. Actually, then I had to try on that one for a little bit. But yeah. All right. Cool. Nice. All right. Let's see.
You
Let's
like
see.
stream the game on Discord?
Oh, right. Yeah.
Lamau.
Look, I've been just doing the stream solo for so long that like, you know.
Meow. 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 Meow.
I appreciate the background noise while we're waiting patiently for the next for Yappy to submit his chart. He definitely is the meower for sure.
Take me.
All right. When I still look at that song, I got reminded of this chart again. I still love this chart a lot. I might show it off on the stream one day. But by the way, this chart is on our forums, and this is an astral. And if you're looking for a really good chart, check this one out because this one is really cool. I just got reminded of it again because it is yeah. Okay, so Adofai's yelling at me to go on beta branch. I'm not. Are you struggling to submit the chart? That's really crazy. Also, hi, Side Aqua. How are you doing? Also, I still appreciate you calling me out earlier because I didn't realize that I had the date wrong for the form review. So I appreciate that. Thanks for calling me out on that because it would have been pretty confusing for those who realized that the chart, the stream was happening 2 days later than it was supposed to be. Okay, I guess you just can't add it to workshop then. Fair enough. Fair enough. You know what, Cyan Aqua, if you would like to, because I don't know. If you would like to also submit some of your charts onto the forums, if you would want to, and I could just review them in real time, that would be pretty funny. Only if you want to, though. Actually, I don't even know if you even gave permission for your charts to be submitted onto the forums. I gotta check that again. That would be really funny. Collect N being on Clastar. I don't know how we would yeet if collect if you had to give collect N a planetarium ranking, what would you give it? Because it's like it's like right, it's so weird, right? Like how would we even grade that? Would it just be like
I don't know.
right?
Probably, I don't know, cosmic or something? I don't know.
It'd probably be like gimmick like what's like the highest difficulty level for like gimmicks? Because it'd probably be like the highest difficulty, right?
There's like beginner, intermediate. I think it's gimmick expert or something, or advanced. I don't know.
It'd probably be gimmick expert
I'm just a guy.
because of the math. It's like gimmick expert, I'm sure, just because of the the level of math you got to do in like the third section. So, uh, that would be a really fun experiment. I can't, although personally, I couldn't give it any planetarium ranking because I did have an involvement in that chart. So just for bias reasons, I can't say anything about it because might be a little too biased for the forum. Which I guess actually, you know what? That's a good thing to bring up. I guess I'll bring that up now. If you're wondering what happens when planetarium rankings like have their own charts submitted into the forums, this is kind of like a rule of thumb, but you could as like a rule of thumb, you generally don't rate your own charts, but it's not like a built-in rule. Like planetarium rankers can grade their own charts, but like kind of like for the sanctity of it, like an unspoken rule, some people don't grade their own charts. So um, it's interesting, I guess. I don't know. It was a little fun fact I'll bring up because I think that might be a question I might be asked in the future. So I think that'd be fun to explain. Like I believe you follow this rule, right? Where
Huh?
you don't give planetarium rankings to charts that you had a hand in creating, right?
I think so.
Like you know, it's a cool unspoken rule, but we don't really. I don't think we ever talked about it like once at all. We kind of just
Yeah.
we just we just kind of just go through with it. Okay, looks like Yappy has submitted the level, so we'll see what's up. I don't. Oh, well, that's. I guess that's pretty interesting. There's no showcase for it, but I can download it, so we'll do that. Download file. Download. Yeah. I guess since this is a file, though, I'll just go into the editor, just to have a bit more of ease playing it there. Open. All right. Now we're just. It's like, okay, I don't know why it's not. Okay, this is kind of weird. I don't know why it's not just. Hold up. Maybe I gotta like download all the files like individually. Sprout, and then if I just like download these, then maybe it'll work. Huh. I wonder why it's not. Hold up. Maybe I gotta like close it and then reopen it again. Maybe it'll start working now. And that's weird. Why is it? It's like stuck on like zipping the file for some reason. Hold up. Maybe if I like open up like a whole new window, maybe it'll start working. I'm not sure if you did anything wrong. It might just be Google Drive acting up because it's when I'm trying to download the file, it's just stuck on zipping the file for some reason. I don't know why it's doing that. Um, Let me just. Oh, okay, there you go. See, I knew it was some weird stuff going on. I just literally had to open it up in a different window, and now it finally loaded up. So now I can play the chart now. So let's go. I don't know why Google. I know it's just something with Google, dude. This is really yeet yeet yeet. I know
Huh?
this is so stupid to bring up, but like for
What's wrong?
for the EST time, for those who are living in EST, the time that the chart was last modified was on 7:27 p.m. I think that was a
Holy
really
crap.
it's a really funny number that just popped up for like no reason. Anyway, yeah, let's just get started. Oh, wait, I didn't even realize you left the PC. Oh my god. All right, it's fun though.
Why would you say that?
Oh, it's because I thought you like lost internet connection, no?
No, I just left.
Oh. All right. I will say though, I like the camera in this chart so far. It's really nice. Ooh, okay. This is a little trippy to look at, but I like it. Nice. Yeah, I like that a lot. That was really cool. I kind of like how like there's like this one section where like the tiles were like kind of grooving around a little bit. Like this was really cool. I like this little like sight reading challenge right here. This was fun. I liked it. Definitely like some funky effects going on with the camera and stuff. That's kind of meant to throw you off a little bit, but it's still readable. I like it a lot. Really funky in a good way. Um, there's like some little weird parts with the camera. I do feel. Let me see if I can find it again. Is it here? I think. Yeah, definitely. Um, this kind of just feels a little bit weird when you kind of go into this pattern because like the camera, it goes like a little bit too up to like it feels a little weird to look at. I think, in my personal opinion, I don't know, it feels a little weird, but that might just be a me thing. But otherwise, like the shirt was cool. I like it. Obviously, I don't think it's like cosmic at all, just because you know I do think there needs to be a little bit more going on in the background, but I do think there's a lot of cool elements here, and I think as it is enough for me to personally give it rated. But what do you think, Eat?
Think I have thoughts ever?
I mean, yeah.
You'd be wrong.
Are you just like a vibes only kind of guy? Like you just go on the vibes and how you feel on certain charts.
Meow.
Well, I mean, you saw the chart that I just played, right?
Yeah, I think it's good.
Okay,
There's
cool.
not really much to say about it, I guess.
I mean, you are the camera guy, so like, how do you feel on the camera? You know?
You keep asking me questions that are things not easily put into words.
Okay, you need some time to think about it.
Like, I'm just a guy.
Okay. I'm just saying, your input is very valuable to a lot of people, you know? So that's why I ask these questions, is because I feel like your opinions
Nuh-uh.
are very important and also are very instructional. And, you know, people could learn a thing or two in their notebooks, you know? So
I'm just a guy.
alrighty. But yeah. Cool stuff. I like it a lot. And yeah, I'll leave it at that, because we will be ending off the stream for today. So yeah.
Are there any funny levels today?
What do you mean, funny in a good way or in a bad way?
Any.
Okay, so the last
Yappy, shut up. I'm going to...
what happened?
Don't worry about it.
Oh, you just got praised? I mean, I don't know, that doesn't seem like the worst thing around.
Shut up.
Anyway, so the last chart that we just played before this had some pretty notable issues, which are unqueued pause tiles.
That's
there
crazy.
was twirls on speed changes,
That's
and
fucked
the
up.
speed changes could also use more indication, as some of them were like
my God,
0.33x and 3 times speeds. So
Oh my god, bro.
yeah, maybe it was a good thing you weren't there, because I think you would have been thinking about it for a while. So yeah. But anyway, is it funny like we do not bring up the funeral again? We do not bring up we do not bring that
I
up
mean,
ever.
I didn't bring it up. You did.
No, someone in chat brought up the funeral.
Eh?
Look
Oh my
at chat.
God.
I didn't bring it up. Chap did. But yeah, thank you all so much for your time. Hopefully you all learned something, but it will be time for me to go, as there are no more charts for me to review for today. But hopefully I'll see you next week. If we get a lot of good charts that are suitable for our review, then you should expect a decently long stream. But if there's not any, it might happen like last week where we don't have a stream. So yeah, if you would like to know when these streams happen, you can always check out Clastar Galaxy and join the Discord server and give yourself the stream announce ping, as that will let you know whenever I do streams. As I always send a message into the streaming announcement channel on when the next stream is going to happen. So thank you all for watching, and hopefully I will see you another day.